Hey, this is Handyman Dan with You Can Build This. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best icing recipe in the world, possibly ever. And to show you just how amazing this icing is, I'm going to be building the Hogwarts Castle. Growing up, every year at Christmas time, my sisters and I would make gingerbread houses with this icing, except we would substitute gingerbread for graham crackers. Once you see what this icing is capable of, I really hope you'll give it a try because it is phenomenal. So easy to make, and it allows you to have so much more creativity with your gingerbread houses. Whether you're just going to do it with your kids or your friends or a big family gathering, this icing recipe really takes your gingerbread house making up another notch. If your experience has been anything like mine, trying to use those pre-made gingerbread kits from the store, you've probably been really frustrated and annoyed with the lack of adhesion that the icing in those kits give you. You're limited with what you can use based on what they put in the box, both with gingerbread and with candy. And even then you're kind of like, is this gonna fall? I really don't like them. Using this recipe, you can really use however many boxes of graham crackers you want and whatever assortment of candy that you want. When we've done this with our kids, it's great because it keeps them occupied for quite a bit. Even teenagers like it. First, you'll need powdered sugar, 3 egg whites, vanilla, and in our family, we use Esencia de Vanilla. And the most important ingredient is cream of tartar.
Excuse me? Baking powder?
Cream of tartar. We're gonna start out with 3 egg whites. As my mom taught me, you just keep going back and forth like this. The whites separate from the yolk. Add 1 teaspoon vanilla, half of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. This is powdered sugar. We only need 1 pound. Then I'm going to use this type of whisk. You want to start out slow because this will create a lot of dust. Then you can turn your mixer on fast so that it will really whip it. Whip it good! Overall, we've whipped this probably 2 to 3 minutes, almost at the fastest setting, and you can see it's keeping its shape with this peak, and it's also not falling off the whisk. You want your icing to form small peaks and not fall down so fast. We use these types of bags to put the icing in, and it does really well. One batch of this icing will make probably 2 to 3 of these. So a little trick here, start out by putting my hand in this plastic, put it in a cup. Try to make sure that I'm not catching a bunch of air in the cup, and then I fold this over and I pull down on the outside. That way I can use my cup to help scrape off the icing. I'm just going to take a big scoop and then shove it down in there. So typically I can fit about 2 or 3 scoops in there. Unfold it from the cup, bunch it up, give it a twist or 2, and then I'm going to use a rubber band and really cinch it on there. You have to remember, kids are going to be using this, so the tighter your rubber band is, the better, the less likelihood of the kids squeezing it out the back. If you've got a bunch of little kids, I would recommend filling it with just 2 scoops. The more that they've got in here, the bigger mess they're going to make. If you've got older kids, teenagers, adults, you can fill it up with 3 or 4 scoops and use probably half of the batch per bag. So with this batch, I was able to get 3 smaller bags out of it. You can store it on your counter for a couple hours if you're waiting for your party to get started, or you can put this in the fridge and it'll last a few days. 15-20 minutes without messing with it, it will harden and you'll have to start over. I didn't want the edible graham crackers to be on nasty cardboard, so I covered it with saran wrap. As you can see, this isn't the smallest platform, what would you call it? Yeah, platform. And when I went to go put it on the dining room table, my wife was like, you're not gonna keep that there, are you? And I was like, yeah, totally. I'm gonna build Hogwarts Castle with graham crackers. She was like, well, how long is that gonna take? I was like, I don't know. She's like, well, no, you need to go find somewhere else. We need to use this kitchen table. And I was like, but honey, like, where do I do it? And she said, I don't care. We need to use our kitchen table. And I was like, well, what for? We can sacrifice a little bit and not use it. She's like, no, we need to use it for like eating. Okay, you got it, honey. I am banished to the basement.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
This is a judge-free zone. This wall isn't finished yet. And there's some backpacking equipment down here. This is kind of where I keep all my camping, fishing, hunting, hiking stuff.
This is my private area, my place of zen.
The focus is the Hogwarts Castle. We're gonna use honey graham crackers. You can get any graham crackers, really. And I'm gonna need quite a few boxes. This picture is kind of the inspirational image I'll be going off of. I printed some other inspirational images. I took some screenshots from the Lego castle. They actually had some really good views. I'm gonna use this Lego version to lay out where my buildings are gonna go on this block first. I think we've got it laid out pretty well. Great hall, courtyard, huge tower, another courtyard, walkway here, building, with like the garden area or courtyard. Since the majority of my stuff right now is more structural, I want more frosting. So I'm gonna cut off quite a big chunk right there. For the Great Hall, I'm gonna stand up my pieces vertically. I'm telling you, with this frosting, it is so fast and dries so quickly. Sometimes it's easier to apply the frosting to your piece before you put it down. Frosting is not foolproof. You gotta add some structural pieces in there if you're gonna do a tall building like I am. Just gonna add some frosting. Frosting? Icing? What is this called? I don't even know. I think it's icing. So I'm just gonna add a piece in like this. Put it in kind of at an angle so I don't lose my icing. If you take your time and you saw it, instead of trying to break it, it won't crack. And you'll get a really clean cut. Can't make a circle, obviously, so I'm just gonna cut these pieces in half and make more of like 12-sided. What do you call that? I'm gonna need a lot of those, so I might as well cut them all right now. I've never made one with so many angles before. Now it's freestanding. Hey-o! I've noticed that these aren't super flat, so I'm putting the curved side in. Just getting 10-sided, not 12. I am concerned about this falling over, so I'm gonna add some support in there. Believe it or not, with all the weight of the candy, it adds up. This little alleyway. I should have planned that out better. Why didn't I go a graham cracker width apart? Oh yeah, got the tower done. Now it's time to conquer the main peak. No.
I can fix that.
Oh yeah, the crown jewel. Backfill it. Oh, just knocked over a cone. This little courtyard was pretty difficult. Pop quiz. Is this the Hogwarts Castle or the Magnolia Silos by Joanna Gaines? I have never used one of these before in Gingerbread making. Not too shabby. I'm getting pretty good at cutting these cones. You basically got to cut it like you would if you had a hacksaw on PVC sprinkler pipe. And you just got to score it all the way around. Oh yeah. The real question is this a tower from Harry Potter's Hogwarts Castle, or is it the Eye of Sauron? Dang it. Dang. First try. Okay, now we're gonna see just how strong this icing is. I don't know how this is gonna work out. On this tall tower, I have to put 3 small roofs up there. This might be a little too tricky. Let's see. I did that wrong. That's too much weight. I'm just gonna let this sit. When it's dry, I'll come back. I think this is dry. Cue the intense music. All years of practice come down to this very moment. And he forgets a part. Dang it. It was supposed to be taller. Let's try this again.
Has his first Major League home run.
I gotta clean up this graham cracker graveyard. You may be wondering why I didn't fill this in, and that's because I'm gonna use brownies to make the rock structure right here. Altogether, I used 3.5 boxes of graham crackers for this, probably a batch and a half of the icing. Now keep in mind, this is just for the structure. Still have a little bit of icing left over, and now it's time to decorate.
Yes! 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 Yes!
I had to share this recipe because we have had so much fun year after year at Christmas time building these gingerbread houses. Really, the possibilities are endless when it comes to the types of candy you can use for your gingerbread houses. We've used those little pretzels as fencing material, support structures for the eaves of your house, Twizzler pull and peels a lot to outline the windows and the doors. Here it is in all its glory. We finished it.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the snow?
I would like to disclose that the Hogwarts Castle I made was not done in one night. It was done over multiple nights. In a big group setting, we probably could have built this in one night working as a team. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. This project was way beyond anything that I've ever done with graham crackers, and the icing really proved itself. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you're notified when our next videos post. Thanks for watching You Can Build This. We'll see you on the next one.